Hello friends, it's September and that means it's time for another Mechwarrior Online patch. Let's go through the patch notes together. Now September is gonna bring us, of course, the Shadow Hawk IIC pack. They have announced that a couple of months ago. We're also gonna get more mech adjustments, more quirk adjustments, and some other stuff. There will also be a 2-week in-game patch science sale where all the mechs that get changed during this patch will be available for reduced price in the shop, so make sure to check it out. And as always, stuff is subject to change because that is what needs to happen in a game that is alive and breathing. Balancing, rebalancing. Alright, Shadow Hawk IIC, it's finally here. If you purchase the Clan Galaxy skin pack, you will also get those skins for the Shadow Hawk IIC. Here is the Shadow Hawk IIC flat. Shadow Hawk IIC is of course a 45-ton medium clan mech. That is a clan battle mech. This one comes equipped with 4 Streak SRM2s, jump jets, bunch of ER mediums, no, 1 ER medium, 2 medium pulses, and an ER small laser. So, of course, you want to go ahead and change those builds around once you have those mechs. Ferrofibers Endo Steel are pre-equipped, as well as double heat sinks. 10% missile spread and some structure quirks, plus 15% jump jet burn time. 60 meters jump distance, quite nice. And I'm looking at this mech right here. This looks like a potentially really good SRM bomber. Definitely looks like a good SRM bomber to me. Then we have the 2C2. This is going to be the energy variant. Ships with a standard engine 270, funnily enough. 2 ER larges, 3 small pulses, and an ER small laser. And of course, you definitely want to adapt those armor values as well. Tankiness wise, holy crap, this mech is not very durable, is it? Like, you can get this to 44 side torso armor, and then 30 structure behind. I mean, this is without skill tree though. We'll have to see. It seems a little bit thin in terms of armor. But yeah, there's also an open slot here for an energy weapon in the center torso. Clan pulse laser cooldown 15%, so maybe we can do like a nice 6 medium pulse laser build, or maybe small pulses, but I think you will have issues on most maps with small pulses because of the range being so sad and so bad. Alright, then we have the 2C4. This one comes equipped with 2 medium pulses, an ER medium, and an ATM-6 launcher. 50% missile cooldown on this one, so if I would probably change this to maybe change this to an ATM-12. Like, get the biggest missile launcher you can get to actually benefit from that 50% missile cooldown, and then maybe some ER mediums or some ER smalls, we'll have to see. That is an option, definitely. And of course, these all have standard engines, so it's a clan mech, it begs to be XL'd, right? Okie dokie. Then we have the 2C5. This one has 10% range and 15% velocity as special quirks. It comes equipped with 1, 2, 3 AP Gauss and 2 plasmas. So firepower wise, of course, a complete joke compared to what the mechs that came out lately. Just think of the Warthog, or think of the that urban mech that came out. All mechs that are 10 tons lighter and have 2x or 3x the firepower. But there's also another slot, so you could have 4 AP Gauss and 2 plasmas. And of course, it's going to be a lot faster because you're going to run this with an XL engine. So I would say we should be very careful to not measure this mech based on the standard builds it comes with. Because the standard builds, the lore builds, I think these are lore builds, are going to be terrible. Or a very, very big challenge. Now, 2C6. This one has a long list of quirks, mainly UAC jam chance 30%, 20% ballistic cooldown, ammo capacity throughout the mech for ballistics. Comes with a hack 20, a small pulse laser, an ER small laser, a medium pulse laser in the right arm and left arm. Okay. This one also has an XL engine from the get-go. So 20% ballistic cooldown and 30% UAC jam chance. Interesting. I'm thinking this might be a good candidate for like a UAC 20 build. UAC 20 and either 4 small lasers or 4 mediums, maybe. Okie dokie. And then we have the 2C Alpha. This one also ships with an XL 270. 10% spread as quirks. AC5, 2 ER mediums, 2 Streak SRM4s, and 2 LRM5s. Okay. Maybe Streak Boat. I don't know how the engine cap is gonna be on that thing. That's something I have to look at. Might be something that could be a fast light hunter with streaks. Like 3 streak 6s and a streak 4. Maybe. There is the Shadow Hawk IIC Bravo. 20% spread as special quirk. 2 streak 4s, an LRM 5 and an LB 10. No extra ammo though. And then we have the hero mech, the DT, the Dante. If this thing doesn't pull out like a gun and a giant sword, I'm gonna be sad. So the Dante comes with a large pulse laser and 2 medium pulses and 3 streak 2s. That's a nice combo loadout. Also all torso, the energy weapons nice and high mounts. And has 10% spread and 15% heat. Okay. That looks more solid in terms of quirks. That's definitely an interesting one as well. So yeah, looking at those mechs so far, I would say we really have to play them before I can reserve any judgment on them. The low weight is going to be a big challenge, right? You're at the lower end of the medium mech tier. You're basically in Hellspawn territory. We'll see if this thing can be as good as the Hellspawn. All of them have jump jets, yes. All of them have jump jets. Yeah, that was a good question in chat right now. As we were talking about this on the live stream, all of them have jump jets. Okie dokie. So, as always, of course, I hope I'm gonna get the pack from PGI, and then I'm gonna test this stuff out for you guys, and then I'm gonna tell you whether I think it's a good buy or not. There's a known issue though, the cockpit animations for the Shadow Hawk IIC are not displaying properly at this time, will be addressed in a future patch, so basically next month. Store adjustments. The Sigma, the Starshot, and the Naomi legends are now released for MC. If you're looking to buy any of those 3, I would say probably go for the Naomi. That's the unique Cataphracт variant with the MRMs. I would not use the Sigma or the Starshot. Not the best ones in my opinion. Weapon changes. The railgun gets nerfed. The crit chance to the weapon baseline is been removed. Railgun was critting a little bit too much. It had the original crit chance of the Gauss, and that was unintentional. And the railgun fire volume has been increased. That is nice. I also need to drop PGI Align or Tears Align to please decrease the volume of Proto AC2s. They are like 2x or 3x as loud as any other autocannons. Map changes. Reduced tree count on Emerald Vale. Save the whales, eat more trees. Beautiful. Less trees in Emerald Vale, 100% support that. Equipment changes. Clan double heatsinks now have more health again. 7 health now, up from 4. That's nice. Makes your clan mechs a little bit more durable, makes those heatsinks pop a little bit less frequently. Then some bug fixes. The following special mechs now have their special equipment show tooltips explaining their function. That is true for the Bane Leviathan with that special loader, the Black Lanner M, the Ferroblast, the Champion Apache, all the Fire Moths, the Gargoyle M and P Omnipods, the Summoner 2 Echo Omnipods, Summoner 2, that's a Grand Summoner, right? The Tempest as well, a Phoenix Hawk, Spectre, and the Warhawk, I think Kasai, yep. LRMs, ATMs, and Thunderbolts, when fired in direct fire mode, will now benefit from spread quirks and skills. So, LRMs, ATMs, and Thunderbolts fired directly without lock did not benefit from spread quirks until now? Okay, well that is a big oversight, so that's a good fix. I mean, you know me, I'm not a fan of any of these weapons, but that is a good fix. Mech mobility changes. The Red Reaper torso speed has been increased and the pitch speed has been increased. Nice. A couple of extra quirks on top of that would also be nice. Quirk changes. The Jenners. The Jenner F gets 15% medium laser family heat and 10% flat heat, up from 5%. Nice, that's a good buff. Jenner Delta, missile velocity removed, heat minus 10%. From 5%, so that's nice, and missile cooldown 15%. Okay, that's a good trade for missile velocity. The Assassin 23, energy cooldown and missile cooldown removed. Instead, it's flat cooldowns. That's just exchange. 15% spread, 20% velocity added. Assassin 23 could be a nice SRM bomber. Blackjack 1 DC has now 50% extra autocannon ammo. The Hunchback 4J, LRM spread removed. Instead, it's 20% flat missile spread and missile heat 20%. Might be good for some MRM build. Catapults! The C2 has had a lot of quirks removed. LBX cooldown, LBX spread, LBX velocity, missile heat. Instead, it just gets flat 20% velocity, 10% cooldown, 10% spread, and 15% range up from 10. Nice. Catapult C4. Energy cooldown, and missile heat removed. Instead, flat cooldown, flat heat, and extra 10% range. So they really want you to play those catapults, which I do not disagree with. We need more catapults in this game. The Butterbee Hero Mech, MRM velocity 10% removed. Instead, it's 20% flat missile velocity. Summoner Alvarians, 20% crit chance receiving reduction added to the center torso for all the variants. Okay. Black Knight changes. Okay. Black Knight 6. Laser heat, medium laser range, and pulse laser range removed. Instead, it's 10% flat range, 15% medium laser family heat, and 15% laser duration. Okay. The 6 Bravo gets 15% pulse laser range. The 7 has its light PPC heat skill limit removed, energy cooldown removed, and PPC velocity removed. And so it now has flat 30% velocity and 10% range. Alright. But not meant to run lots of light PPCs anymore, so we'll have to see what we can do there. BL7 KNT-L. Yes, there's a BL7 KNT and a BL7-KNT-L. That one has Inner Sphere Standard Large Laser Heat Skill Limit +2. Nice! And 25% medium laser family range, laser duration, and standard laser duration removed. HSL, love it, but unfortunately you're gonna lose 15% laser duration. The Black Knight Partisan Hero Mech, standard laser heat and missile heat removed. Instead, it gets 30% standard autocannon range and 40% missile cooldown up from 30% and 10% heat. Okay, so you still have the choice. Do you want to go for a ballistic arm or do you want to go for a missile arm? And the Red Reaper, all armor quirks removed, added 12 full body armor everywhere. 138 armor on the right arm, 15 armor on the CT. I mean, of course, this is also because the weight of the shield, right? 20% missile velocity and 15% missile heat. What's still missing as far as I am concerned is just range. If you have a brawler mech like that, you've got to give it more range. Yeah, like, if this was 20% range instead of missile velocity, that would have been better. Still, at least some changes, so that's good. Phatos 4P, 60% missile spread, 100% missile velocity. That could be a MRM beast now. I have to check how many missile hard points this thing has, but that could be interesting. The Longbow 10K gets 15% Ultra AC-20 range, okay. Bullshark Warghoul, that is the Inner Sphere Railgun Bullshark, gets 10% heat as a quirk, which is exactly what I said they should add. And the Void Killer gets a couple of nerfs, the Dissipation gets removed, and 5 armor get removed from CT, left torso, left arm, and right arm. And then this one is the most interesting to me actually. The Direwolf S, in the set of 8, gets 45% turn rate and 45% yaw speed. And 45% pitch speed in set of 8. So, I wonder if this is PGI and the Cauldron testing out more mobility on assault mechs. God knows they wouldn't need it because they're getting raped so hard by fast lights with high firepower. So I'm gonna be testing a couple of builds specifically for the set of 8 build for the Direwolf S to try and see how this goes, but I have high hopes for this. That is gonna be very interesting to see. But what is your highlight for this patch? I mean, of course, there's an entire new mech coming with the Shadow Hawk IIC. Lots of changes to the quirks. Let me know in the comments below what stands out to you. And of course, will you be buying the pack or not? And I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much, supporters. Couldn't do it without you. If you want to join Team TTB, check out the join button right here on YouTube, super thanks button in the comments section, or of course the links to Patreon or the merch store listed in the video description.